71. Yeah, look at the numbers. 132 million and 71 million. Yo, that's crazy.
I thought you said numbers. I thought you meant views.
No,
numbers.
Numbers.
Now I think Daniel go.
Do you think,
Like a boxer, like a man.
yeah, does he deserve this opportunity? Or is there someone else more deserving? Joe Parker maybe, or does Daniel deserve his shot?
Yeah, I think Daniel, because Daniel from UK, it's interesting for all people.
I believe it's going to be totally different. If the people thinking that's going to be the same thing, then they're in for a shock, a surprise, even their team. So, you know, I can't wait. I'm knowing myself better. I'm trusting myself better as a fighter. So, yeah, can't wait to get in there.
The Usyk versus Dubois rematch is not only a fight, it's a fortune at stake. With a jaw-dropping purse announced by Joe Rogan, this heavyweight bout just became one of the richest fights in recent history. And when that kind of money's at stake, pressure is different. The heavyweight rematch nobody was expecting is now sporting one of the largest price tags in recent history. Joe Rogan just broke news on the enormous purse of the Usyk versus Dubois rematch, and it is not an overstatement to say that both men are earning big money. This is not a paycheck, it's a fight that is going to make history. With figures like these being offered, the stakes, expectations, and pressure have never been greater, and both sides are determined to give it everything they've got and provide an effort worthy of all the millions being spent.
Have the numbers that Usyk and Dubois are getting?
How much?
132. Oh, wait, 32 and 71. Yeah, look at the numbers. 132 million and 71 million. Yo, that's crazy.
I thought you said numbers. I thought you meant views.
Numbers.
No wonder the rematch has drawn such mammoth value. Joe Rogan made one thing plain: these aren't your typical heavyweights. Usyk's presence alone commands world-class attention, his unparalleled footwork, hand speed, and fight IQ boosting him to quasi-mythical levels. Rogan underscored that Usyk isn't merely a champion, he's a generational talent. Dubois, however, is that wild card X factor, a physical menace with genuine knockout punch. Mix those reputations, styles, and the theatrics of a rematch, and you have an affair justifying main event megabucks.
Fighting Usyk again, it's a tough fight. That Usyk guy is talented. He's so talented. He's so small for a heavyweight too. He's non-stop movement and his footwork and everything. It's so different than anybody else. Joshua didn't know what to do with it. He's like, where is this guy going to be when I'm throwing punches? He's a heavyweight. And the heavyweights were never really that good in terms of that kind of technique. It's like you need it at like middle and light heavyweight because everyone's super talented and technical. Lomachenko and Usyk were trained by the same guy. They were both trained by Lomachenko's father. So they both have extreme technique.
Aside from skills, this rematch is steeped in stakes, definition of career stakes, where Usyk brawls to maintain a legacy and get closer to being undisputed greatness. Frank Warren openly stated that Dubois is brawling to redefine the whole story. A second defeat here hurts not just once, but redefines his path. For Usyk, it's a matter of demonstrating supremacy. For Dubois, it's redemption or devastation. That harsh reality transforms this into more than a technical fight. It's a psychological battle, with each passing second in the ring carrying consequence far beyond the scorecards.
If he wins, which I believe he's capable of doing, it'd be the first Brits that ever hold the 4 belts in the heavyweight division. The first Brits to ever do that. So that's his legacy. No one will ever take that away from him. As you just said, Adam, it's the 4 times that the first time the 4 belts have ever been on the line. We got over 90,000 people there. It's going to be a phenomenal night, phenomenal atmosphere. He's in with a fighter who, based upon his record, is the standout heavyweight of the 21st century.
Feeling the enormity of the occasion, Dubois' camp is making significant alterations behind the scenes. Don Charles, his trainer, recently spoke out in an interview that their whole strategy has changed. Gone are the presumptions of the initial fight. They're approaching Usyk as the problem that requires the right calculated answers. Charles stressed that the mental, technical, and physical aspects of Dubois have all been honed, and they're coming into this fight wiser, not simply stronger. The camp is rigorous, organized, and dedicated to taking advantage of every small opportunity.
Most definitely, We've gathered data. It so happens, as you know, Daniel fought Usyk 24 months ago, exactly 24 months ago. And they've felt each other. They've been in the ring together. Usyk has felt Daniel, the presence and physical of Daniel Dubois back in Poland. And Daniel also felt him. So they've both collected data on each other. And the training personnel, the coaches, it's our duty, it's what we get paid for, to utilize the data we collected then 2 years ago and the data that we've been collecting whilst studying Usyk in the fights he's had between then and now.
Fans were given a visual shock when Dubois' camp released a physique update that immediately caused waves on the internet. Pictures of Dubois' transformation went viral, highlighting a more ripped, leaner, and more explosive version of the heavyweight. Experts were quick to respond, with some even positing that this could be the fittest version of Dubois ever. The added size and sharpness hinted at a fighter who's not just training hard, but evolving. And when visuals match the talk, the hype only grows louder. Dubois himself added fuel to the fire during a recent interview, boldly stating that anyone expecting the same outcome is in for a rude awakening. Calm but firm, he declared the world had already counted him out, but he's worked silently, putting together a superior version of himself piece by piece. He vowed a smarter battle, a harder mentality, and an appetite no one's ever seen from him before. To Dubois, this is not about disproving doubters, it's about proving himself and catching the whole world off guard in the process.
I believe it's going to be totally different. If the people thinking that that's going to be the same thing, then they're in for a shock, a surprise, even their team. So, you know, I can't wait. I'm knowing myself better. I'm trusting myself better as a fighter. So, yeah, can't wait to get in there.
Supporting him, Eddie Hearn offered his take and identified what he perceives as Usyk's sole weak point. Usyk is great, Hearn said, but he's not infallible. His footwork and way of fighting, though top drawer, take energy, and Hearn suggested that if Dubois can remain calm and push Usyk into the deep end and the slower lakes, things could be turned on their head. The declaration ignited heated controversy, but it gave credence to the view that Dubois isn't stumbling in darkness. He's stumbling out with a strategy supported by people who've witnessed champions crumble previously.
Sooner or later, I mean, he is getting on. I mean, forget the professional fights, actually, which he's had a lot, not bucket loads, but it's the amateur contests as well. I mean, what, over 200 amateur fights. There is absolutely no doubt that Oleksandr Usyk doesn't like it to the body. I mean, it's the famous low blow situation of last time. Was it low? Whatever. I mean, that was the past. But one thing is for sure. He don't like it to the body. You saw when AJ hit him to the body, he said it was low there, he turned away. Obviously, the borderline shot against Dubois, he was hurt. I mean, one thing's for sure, he didn't cop one in the nuts, right? Whether it was low or not was debatable, but it wasn't. He went down because he was hurt, really, to the stomach, not to the.
And he moaned to the referee.
And he was down for a long time. A long time.
Putting fuel in Dubois' corner, too, was Showbiz the Adult, a high-ranking voice in the boxing world. Showbiz also weighed in for Dubois. In a recent analysis, Showbiz complimented Dubois on his physical advancements and mental growth going into the rematch. Showbiz noted that although Usyk is the more accomplished fighter, Dubois now possesses the hunger and the wherewithal to reverse the script. Calling it a make-or-break moment, Showbiz prophesied that Dubois can catch the world off guard if he brings the storm early and remains calm under pressure.
Dubois is taking this very serious. I know Usyk is, but Usyk is taking it as seriously as he always does. Dubois was already tooth and nail with Usyk, except for Usyk was able to beat him with experience and beat him with endurance. Dubois has learned a lesson from that. He has increased his endurance for sure. That big baby Miller fight was something else. But then knocking out AJ, now he's feeling a certain way. And he also feels that he was robbed of a knockout because he hit Usyk on a belt. So he's going to be drilling Usyk's body. Pause. There's a few things you can learn from what you already did with Usyk, from the few times AJ hurt Usyk to the body and the ref warned AJ. Better BF dropped Usyk to the body, and you can learn from Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, the first fight, the uppercuts he was landing on Usyk when he rocked him once or twice. I'm feeling a certain way.
Still, despite the limelight leaning in ever so slightly towards Dubois, Oleksandr Usyk seems not bothered. In a recent interview, the Ukrainian champion spoke for all the commotion head on. He complimented Dubois' physical development and acknowledged the young lion has obviously put in work on his game, but insisted it makes no difference. Usyk reminded the people he's taken on every type of style and pressure already. To him, improvement is the norm, but greatness is verified. His cool confidence was unsettling and a reminder that this is still the same individual who outgraded the best of the planet.
Yeah, now I think Daniel grow.
And do you think,
Like a boxer, like a man.
yeah, does he deserve this opportunity? Or is there someone else more deserving? Joe Parker maybe, or does Daniel deserve his shot?
Yeah, I think Daniel deserve, because Daniel from UK. It's interesting for all people.
Nonetheless, Usyk didn't sugarcoat his perspective. In the same interview, he candidly asserted that Dubois might be more powerful, but he still does not have the mental advantage required at the top. Usyk prophesied that Dubois will feel that familiar fear creep back once the lights come on and pressure mounts. That raw psychological edge is what Usyk believes separates champions from challengers, and what will decide the rematch when things get ugly.
Does he have a weakness?
Little bit, yes. Little bit, yes, because maybe it's a younger guy, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, but Daniel, little bit afraid. I'm too, but my afraid is different.
Tony Bellew echoed those sentiments in a recent podcast, stating that while this may be the best, most prepared version of Dubois we've ever seen, it still won't be enough. Bellew, Usyk's old rival and longtime fan, explained that the champion is on a different wavelength. Dubois can introduce fire and bulk, but Usyk introduces control, intelligence, and experience. Bellew cut to the chase. This is Dubois's peak, but Usyk's peak is just higher. And when legends speak like that, the fight becomes all the more impossible to call with your heart over your head.
This guy's faced every style, this guy's faced every size you can possibly imagine. There's not a style or a size he hasn't faced really within his division and out of his division. So I don't see Daniel Dubois posing him any new problems. What I do see is this is the best version of Daniel Dubois that he's faced.
Subscribe now for constant breakdowns, special fighter interviews, and all you need approaching Usyk vs Dubois 2. From purse announcements to power surges, this is more than a rematch, it's a reckoning.